Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. Now guys, today's video is going to be a get ready with me video. You guys have been asking me for this video like every single time I put out a vlog. You guys will leave me comments asking for a get ready with me or a makeup tutorial, you know, something along those lines. And while I don't buy the whole idea of a proper makeup tutorial, because to be honest, they don't do well on YouTube, okay, especially for small YouTubers like us, okay, but I love doing get ready with me. So yeah, that is what we're going to be doing today. I put out a question tab on my Insta stories last night. I put it actually quite late, but I have gotten a few responses, so people you guys just turn it into a Q&A basically. All right, so without further ado, let's get right into this video. Okay, so first things first, I usually would moisturize, and the moisturizer I'm currently using is the Nivea Even Tone Light Moisturizer. I use this before I, apply my primer because I feel like this helps just adding that extra moisture. Each time I have my bath in the morning and at night, I always tend to use maybe an acne wash or a face wash in general, and many face washes usually leave your face feeling a bit dry afterwards, so it's always good to apply a moisturizer. Okay, so next thing would be to prime. I'm using the Rimmel Stay Matte primer. This is like a holy grail primer for me, but I'm not picking up too. Okay, so I still go one step further to mattify my face because I do sweat, especially right now in Abuja. The weather is extremely hot, so I still go a step further to further mattify my face, and I use the Zaron Oil Block Mattifier, which is this one, but I don't apply this all over. I just apply this basically in my T-zone area, where I usually would sweat a lot, and this basically will just help to keep your sweat at bay. Just a little bit here, basically this area. Okay, so while I'm allowing that to dry, let's just start answering your questions. So the very first thing here I can see is if you have met your goals and targets for the year. To be honest, I almost have. Okay, I almost have. If you have been following me, watching my vlogs, my videos since maybe last year, you will know that I had three major goals for the year. One was to hit 20k followers on Instagram, which I have. Yay, we actually hit 20k a few days ago. Okay, second is to hit 20k also here on YouTube, which we are this close. And then the third goal was to, what am I saying? No, I had more than 3 goals. I had 4 or 5 goals. Third goal was to hit a target of $1,000 every month here on YouTube, which I have hit, and I've been able to sustain, quite a little bit. So I'm happy about that. The fourth goal was to buy myself a car, buy my first car, which I have achieved. I'm so happy about that. And then the fifth goal was to work with as many brands as possible, which this year has completely blown my mind. I think that is the one goal that really shocks me, because I have worked with so many brands, uncountable brands this year, and I'm so happy about that. So yes, I would say that I've literally hit almost all my goals for the year. Once we hit 20k here on YouTube, I am a happy woman all round. Okay, so yes, to answer your question, yes, I have hit at least 90% of my goals for the year. Okay, so let's apply foundation. I'm going in with the Lancome Tint Idol Ultra Wear Foundation and a little bit of the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Foundation. This has a lot of coverage. This has maybe medium coverage, so I usually would put a drop of this in this just so that there's more coverage, right? Okay, so the next thing here is, how do you invest slash save? To be honest, I haven't really been doing much of investing until recently that I started investing using Bamboo app. If you follow me on Instagram, this wouldn't be news to you. And Bamboo app is a stock market app that allows you invest in American companies. Okay, so we're talking about investing in companies like Apple, Amazon, Tesla, Google, So recently I worked with them and it opened my eyes really to investment, because besides that, I don't really care much about that, to be honest. I'm just being honest. Okay, I don't care about that. and it just all felt so complicated. I don't know why. Yeah, so basically I just started investing in bamboo, investing in these American companies, buying stocks, shares from them. So I just started, so I can't tell you that okay, this is how much I have made, this is how much returns I have made. So they're just there for now. Another way that I save slash invest, no, not invest in this case now save, is the way most people even do, which is ajo, isusu, adashe, whatever you call it in your language. Basically it's contribution. If you are not Nigerian, basically that means you and a group of people come together to put monies in every month, or every week, depending on basically, you know, the lineup of your own ajo. So how it works is that every month one of you collects money. So let's say for instance the total contribution every month is 2 million naira. Maybe you guys are 10 contributing 200,000 naira every month. That would now go on for 10 months, and every month one of you is taking 2 million naira with everybody's contribution. I'm sure you guys understand what I mean. So I do that. I do ajo as well. I have a small ajo that I do, just small money, and I have a bigger one that I also do. So yeah, that's another good way to save your money, so that when you get the bulk money, basically you can use it to do anything that you've planned to do. It could be a goal that you have set for yourself for the year. Maybe you want to buy a new car, you want to buy a new house, or you want to go on a trip or something. That's another very good way you can save towards that. You can basically collect the second or third month if you are lucky, and start paying back, you know, every other month. So you'd have gone for your trip and then start paying back afterwards. You get what I mean? Until everybody in your group has collected. So yeah, it's a very good way. But one thing I would say is that be very sure of the people that you're doing a job with. Let it be people that you actually know, okay, in person, because doing a job with strangers, we've heard so many stories that touch the hearts, okay? So be very careful. So for concealer, I'm using the ColourPop concealer, the no filter concealer, but the wand is broken, so I always have to use another wand from another concealer to scoop out the concealer from here. That's what I do. Hi Alma, please keep me anonymous. Living alone as a single girl, do you support or think otherwise? Living alone as a single girl, I completely support that. In fact, if there's one thing that I actually do regret about my own life, is I really wish that at some point I was able to live alone on my own before getting married. Yeah, if there's one thing that I regret, it will be that. It will be that, because I feel like every woman, especially in this day and age, needs that. You need to just be in your own space, you know, at particular points in your life. But I didn't really have a good job, okay, before I got married. My job could not even have afforded me to even rent a house in a good location, okay? So renting a house was not part of the plan for me because of funds at the time. So I was very comfortable in my parents' house, and then I got married from my parents' house. So looking back now, I really wish, like I really wish that I was able to do that. I low-key envy my sister so much, because she lives alone in a whole different city, away from, you know, her parents, and away from family, away from me, safe, you know. And it is something that I really wish I was able to do, you know, at the time. So if you have the means as a single girl, okay, if you have the means of living alone as a single girl, please go for it, okay? Go for it. I feel like there's a lot that you discover about yourself when you are living in your own space. There's just so much, okay? So if you can, please, I support it 110%. I support. Don't allow Nigerians to guilt trip you into that whole a woman must marry from her father's house. It's a lie. It's a lie. Especially in this modern day and age, it's not true. If you can, please get your own place and have your own space, okay? Okay, I'm setting my concealer with this Glam Girls setting powder. I like it a lot because it is quite yellow, so I love that whole yellow vibe. And I will just set with this Maybelline pressed powder. It has a lot of coverage, that's why I really love this. How you stayed consistent when you were starting your channel. When I started my channel in 2016, I was not consistent though. I was not consistent, like at all. I would put out a video maybe like once in 2 weeks or something. When I first started, there was no motivation. Now I was not monetized, there was no motivation like that. Plus, I really was just starting. It's hard for you to actually be very, very consistent when you're just starting. So yeah, it wasn't it wasn't a consistent journey for me. I'm being completely honest. When I first started, I feel like I started being consistent more in 2019. And like I always say, when it comes to consistency, being consistent is just being very intentional. Just knowing that you have to show up, just knowing that you have to show up every day, the same way you show up at the office if you have a 9-to-5 job. It's the same way you show up on your YouTube channel or your Instagram page, wherever it is that you have a good following. That's what I think. It's just intentionality. You have to be intentional. Okay, so from this same palette, I'm just going to apply blush. I use this palette to contour, you guys saw that, and I'll use the same palette to apply blush. Okay, so now to the most highly requested thing you guys always ask me. Alma, how do you do your brows? How do you do your brows? So if you've been following me, you know that I don't have a lot of brow hairs naturally. I'm sure you can even tell from the video right now. I wasn't blessed with a lot of hair. I'm not a hairy person. So that even translated down to my brows. I barely have, like, my brows are so sparse. My brows are so scanty. So I always have to fill them in every single time I'm doing my makeup. Okay, so this pencil I love is from Belle's Beauty. I use this a lot. It comes with a spoolie on one end and the pencil on one end, and the pencil is really thin. That's why I really like it. So I usually would just like brush up my brows this way, and then I would use the pencil to create hair-like strokes. Okay, so what you want to do is to mimic the way the brow hairs are if you have full brows. Okay, so the next one here, your birth control method after having Mia. Hey, my birth control method is none. Okay, I am not on any birth control, guys, except the natural birth control. I am not using any artificial birth control like condoms or contraceptive pills or injections and all that. No, I am not, and I don't intend to start birth control until I am done having my kids. Basically, my birth control method is coitus interruptus. Coitus interruptus, that is my birth control method. Basically what is called the pull-out method. So Google that in case you don't know what I'm talking about. But so yeah, I don't have any artificial contraceptives yet, no IUDs yet. It's so crazy because for some people coitus interruptus is almost near ineffective. For some people it never works. If they only depend on doing that, they'll just get pregnant tomorrow, like sharp. It has worked for me, and I feel like that particular method has a lot to do with the man. I feel like some men just don't know how to effectively pull out. That's what I think. Okay, so that is the first step of doing my brows. Then I will just like smudge the front just so it looks natural. I will smudge the front like that. Usually I would use concealer to highlight, but the brows look straight enough. Yeah, so basically guys, that's how I do my brows though. Nothing major like that, but that's just how I get it done and have it look a bit more natural. And because the pencil that I use is really slim, you can see that my arc is quite precise. So I don't think I need to use concealer self to like tidy up my brows because they look okay. So I wouldn't be using concealer today for that. Eyeshadow, I'm using this Zickel X Lady Stanley palette. It has so many nice colors. So that's what it looks like. Very pretty colors. And what I really want to do today is an orange eye. So like orange matte eyes. That's what I really want to do today. And I feel like it will also match my outfit. What motivated you to start a YouTube channel? The love of sharing. Okay, I've always been somebody that loves to share, and I mean, I started my blog by loving to share, right? So when I saw that I could go a step further in sharing stuff, so yeah, aside having a blog, I figured that I could go a step further in sharing by creating videos. And I feel like the one person that really motivated me was when I started watching Jackie Aina, Dima Ome, Sisi Emi. Like when we're watching them, like in those early times, like 2012, 2013, just seeing these women do this amazing video creation thing here on YouTube just motivated me. I didn't even know that YouTube could be monetized. I had no idea that you could actually make money off of YouTube until, you know, sometime afterwards. That was the motivation for starting my YouTube channel. Okay, the next one, balancing being a wife, motherhood, and active content creator. Is your being consistent at work affecting? Okay, this person did not finish the question, but I think that you're trying to ask if it is affecting. No, it is not. I have a video where I talked about, you know, being a wife, being a mom, how I cope as a momfluencer. I have a video on my YouTube channel talking about that, so I will leave it linked up here just in case you did not see that video. But no, being consistent does not affect my role as a mom and as a wife, because I plan ahead. Try not to let my work overshadow my roles, my family roles of being a wife and a mom, because I plan ahead. I plan everything. Okay, I know that on so and so day, at so and so time, it's time to go to the market. Then when I come back, I will cook. Then if I can still do small content that day, I will do. If I can't, then the following day is just for content. Like I have, you know, I have plans, like I make my plans. So yeah, go and watch that video. I talked in depth about all of my tips on staying consistent and being a wife and a mom. Okay, so my mascara today is from Zaron. This one is the Zaron Wink 4-in-1 mascara. I love it because it has both a mascara for the bottom lashes and then one for the regular lashes on top. Okay, so the next question, what do you think about open marriage? Open marriage. I feel like when it comes to open marriage, what's the point? I mean, what's the point if you want to be in a marriage or a partnership? Because some people call open marriage a partnership, because these people are staying married for a reason aside wanting to actually be together. Maybe staying together for the kids or staying together for finances. They don't want to go through a very expensive divorce settlement and all of that. In my opinion, I feel like if you can do open marriage, you might as well just go your separate ways. That's my own. You might as well come to kind of conclusion between yourselves, like within yourselves, between the two of you, come to a proper conclusion and say, okay, you know what, let's just go our separate ways. It's not working. Okay, than doing the whole open marriage thing, because I feel like it abuses the institution of marriage. I feel like you don't have to be married though. Like there's no rule in the book that says you must be married for the rest of your life till the day you die. It's not by fire by force. Okay, so if you feel like you get to the point where okay, you want to be doing other things while being married, you might as well not be married. You might as well just be separated. Okay, if you don't want to divorce properly, then you separate. That's my own. Then somebody is saying the Bamboo app, how can we use it? A proper tutorial should be done. Well, I wasn't paid to do a proper tutorial, so I would say do your research. They have a YouTube channel, so search for Bamboo on YouTube. They have a proper YouTube channel where they always have video tutorials on how to use the Bamboo app. You would find all of that. Okay, maybe I'll leave the link in my description box, so check that out. I'm going to apply highlighter now because a girl has to glow up. Okay, I'm using this one from Flawless by Mimi. It comes in four different highlights, so I just did my brush in at least 3 colors at the same time and apply that. Next one, how you saved towards buying your car. From my YouTube earnings, I mentioned that when I did buy the car, that I bought it from literally my YouTube earnings. No single penny was from elsewhere. It was mainly from YouTube. And I think I started saving for that car since the year began, I guess. I mean, every month I get my paycheck. I try not to touch my money. So the monies I spend on everyday things are monies in my Naira accounts. And I think that was the #1 thing that made me save that money well, resisting the urge to touch the money. Okay, in fact, the mere fact that it was even in dollars was even enough way to save it, because I mean, who wants to start going to the bank to go and start withdrawing dollar, then go and start changing it? Like, it was always a hassle for me doing that. So that alone was the extra motivation I needed not to touch it, just leave the money there to be accumulating. But particularly the month of July, where I got my couple of 100k videos, especially that one that did really well in terms of RPM, CPM, the wedding video. That made me a lot of money, so I was able to buy the car sooner than, you know, I wanted to buy. So yeah, that's it guys, nothing much, just resist the urge to touch the money. That's it. I knew that I had a goal, and I knew that I wanted to achieve that goal by the end of the year. So that was, for me, that was the motivation, just knowing that, see, that money is for something. It's not for just enjoyment, loud spending. It's for a particular goal, and I always had that at the back of my mind. Okay, so I'm going to apply my lashes and I'll be right back. Okay, lashes are on. All right, so the last thing would just be to apply something on the lips. I always go for a brown liner and something nude. I barely even wear lipstick these days. I usually just wear brown liner and lip gloss. Okay, that's what I do, especially when I have busy eyes like this. Yeah, so this one is the Flawless IV lip pencil in Savage. It's a brown liner. And I would use these two glosses from Peridot Cosmetics, Peridot brand, in Jewel and Fancy. So I'm going with Fancy first. Okay, so we have two more questions here. Birth control and deciding when you're ready to have kids. I've already answered the birth control question. Deciding when I was ready to have kids, it was when I started having baby fever. Okay, when Jesse and I got married, we wanted to, you know, have the first year of our marriage to ourselves before trying to have a baby. And then 8 months into our marriage, we're like, see, baby fever is too much, let's start trying for a baby. And if you know my story, you will know that I didn't even take it until 1.5 years after I got married. And then last but not least, unpopular opinions. Do I have a lot of unpopular opinions? I think the one thing I know that's maybe a bit unpopular, maybe because it's trending right now, I don't know, but for me, I think it would be those vitamin drips people do. You guys know that some beauty places offer it, some spas offer it, almost like when you're ill and you go to the hospital on admission and they put you on a drip. They do these vitamin drips these days where you go into a beauty clinic or a beauty clinic or a spa. They put the thing intravenously and you sit and allow the vitamin drip to go into your body. Alma is not a very big fan of it. I just feel like it's just being extreme, in my opinion. I feel like the beauty standards these days are just completely mind-blowing. It's crazy what people are doing these days to maintain their beauty, in quotes. I just feel like it's just a bit extreme, in my opinion, and it's not something that I want to do. If you are an expert in that field, please let me know in the comments what the benefits are, because even though I know what the benefits are, I've read about it, I've been offered the service by brands, but I keep turning down because I just feel like I beg, anything that has to enter my body, inside my body, to maintain my beauty on the outside, thank you, I'm not interested. You get, like, anything that has to go into my body intravenously, that is not a medication to treat an illness, I'm not, I don't buy it. They say it's vitamin drip or something. I beg, please, I'll take vitamin C. I beg, I'll take vitamin C. I'll take my vitamins orally. Okay, yeah, so basically I think that is all the questions that I know I have gotten so far. It's barely 11 a.m. and I'm sure some questions are still going to come in, but by then it'll be too late. I love my final look. I always love doing orange matte eyes. I always love it. Like, if you really want to, like, stand out, I feel like if you want to stand out, not do anything basic with your makeup, an orange matte eye is always the way to go, and it's super easy to do as well. So hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Let me know in the comments section down below. Subscribe, thumbs up, share. I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah. Bye.